appreciate that information, and it was just out of quick reading of what is AI. When AI came to my attention, I took it negatively. One, that here is a tool which is going to take away jobs. And as a defender of the youth and a father of some, I am very protective when it comes to job opportunities. So I took it negatively that this thing we don't want is going to take away jobs for our children. The second thing that was negative, Madam Speaker, was that I said, this thing is going to be abused. I remember, Madam Speaker, a case in point where, by coincidence, the two senators who are currently greeting each other, last year, they innocently greeted each other like that, and a still photo was taken. But because of AI, those two senators, the photograph was now transformed into a video where they were hugging, and I don't know whether they almost kissed, but that I said, wait a minute, this is going to break families, because a protective spouse will not have the patience to say, this could be AI and this could be real. So those two reasons guided me when I started taking AI seriously. But now that I have taken trouble in the last 6 to 8 months to acquaint myself with AI, I have realized that AI actually is not a new thing. AI was discovered by a computer scientist who was a cognitive scientist by the name of John McCarthy, an American, born 1927, died in 2011. He died many years ago, and yet AI had not captured the imagination of the world. So it has waited many years after his death, posthumous. It is now when it is capturing the imagination of the world. So I followed it and I said, this AI, what is this thing AI? And listening to the
just a minute, Senator Karen Nyamu, you know you cannot do your phone calls inside chamber. Yeah. Risking being declared to be out of order. Proceed, Senator Boni.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm sure the chair did not hear the distinguished senator from Vihiga. Senator Osoti, my kid brother. Karen is not AI generated. She's my good friend. She's not AI generated. So, Madam Speaker, as I pay this tribute to this scientist, who was a computer scientist, and of course in his own right, a cognitive scientist, I listened to the senator of Migori when seconding, and you know what he tells the House? That AI is all about data and blah, 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 those things he said. So here is a youth who is a member of this House. He's yet to grasp what is AI. He thinks it's just about data. No. AI, the essence is that AI is an innovation where computers and machines can simulate humanity, can simulate human learning. Just think about that. A computer sits there and can simulate Senator Osothi's capacity to learn and flow with him. It can, Madam Speaker, simulate human comprehension. Comprehension. Imagine the distinguished senator of Tana River. He has the capacity, based on his own intelligence quotient, that enables him to comprehend things Now here comes a computer or a machine, then simulates the senator. What's more, it can simulate problem solving and decision making. It can even simulate my creativity in areas where I think I'm creative. It can simulate me at par. And what's more scaring is that AI can simulate human autonomy. By our very nature, the senator of Kisii, Senator Onyonga, is autonomous. And I cannot simulate him, but AI can. So we are walking into a space, I was saying these things just to make this point. We are walking into a space, Senator Wambua, over and above your resolutions. We should form a special committee, a joint parliamentary committee, to now think around AI. I see that we will need a computer scientist, and there are many now from the university, up to and including my son, who is also a computer scientist. He's a youth. He would be glad if you gave him a job. Yeah. Each committee would need a computer scientist. You know what they say at the School of Humanity at Harvard? They teach these days that human beings who work with AI work better than human beings who do not work with AI. So that being the case, every committee should have a computer scientist who will be able to support the committee with AI. As we support your resolutions also, we need that special committee to now factor into the budget of parliamentary, is it parliamentary commission? The one that, yeah, Parliamentary Service Commission, to have a budget for AI for Parliament. And what's more, this committee should also inform the executive that the executive should now have a budget for AI for every ministry, for every government department and every agency if we want to move at the pace that you can see India and China moving. Madam Speaker, I say these things with a lot of respect because I know that in 1980, when just about everybody apart from Hazina maybe was alive, who is in this room now, 80% of the population in China was poor. 80%. Today, the poverty rate in China is 0. So it means, therefore, Madam Speaker, that if leaders can be able to think around issues and make resolutions the way Wambua and his team has done, we can move our country from the misery we see today, where leadership, Madam Speaker, means to some people that you have an opportunity to become rich and live large. That's what leadership means to African leaders. Leadership, to my mind, means you wrap it into the populace so that the country collectively moves together and becomes better. Madam Speaker, there are certain aspects which AI cannot do. For example, AI cannot replace the nurse at Gertrude Hospital. Impossible. Whatever AI does, it can choose anything, but they can't, because the decisions made by the nurse when you arrive with your child is based on emotional awareness beyond the training the nurse has received. Madam Speaker, AI cannot replace the nursery school teacher. The nursery school teacher can be able to look in the eyes of the child, probably 4 years old, 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, and be able to know that that shift in the eyes of the child means that the child has peed on itself or it is going through some form of discomfort. AI cannot manage that. What is more, we have certain trades, mainly in the field of engineering, which AI cannot simulate. AI cannot simulate with just 2 minutes. AI cannot simulate a surgeon.
Senator Boni, you have half a minute to just finish that sentence so we hear
Thank you.
thinking of
I just wanted to
leaders.
acknowledge that AI cannot simulate a surgeon, because a surgeon, when you open the patient, you go in, you start making decisions once the patient is bleeding to death. The moment you open a patient, you are starting to kill that patient. So you make decisions meant for you to solve the problem and come out with the disease out and the patient still alive. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I overwhelmingly support this report.
Thank you, Senator Boni.